Welcome back. This is Mrs. Rubright with Algebra 1 Honors, and today's lesson is on 2-1, Graphing and Writing Inequalities. An inequality is a statement that compares two expressions that are not strictly equal by using one of the following inequality signs. So we have a less than symbol is less than or greater to, which is less than or greater to, so this also could be equal to that number, greater than or equal to, or not equal to. How I always remember this is the alligator eats what's bigger. So if I had x is greater than 3, the alligator eats what's larger. So this alligator right here is eating a larger number. Okay, so here's your alligator. Just always remember that he will always eat the larger number. So that means that this x has to be greater than 3. So it could be 3.1, like $3.10, or 3.5, or 4, or 10, or 100. It cannot be 2, or 1, or 2.99, because it eats what's bigger. Okay, and $3 is greater than $2.99. Okay, so your alligator always eats what's bigger. All right, a solution of the inequality is any value of the variable that makes the inequality true. You can find solutions by making a table. So, Kristen can afford to spend at most $50 for a birthday dinner. At most. Including a 15% tip. Describe some costs that are within her budget. Which inequality symbol can be used to represent at most? The amount that she's spending, her money, at most. What about her expenses? The money that she's spending at most. It needs to be less than or equal to $50, right? The most it can be is $50. So she has to spend less than or equal to 50, right? She doesn't have more than 50. Complete the verbal model for the situation. The cost before the tip, right? So the bill. And then with the 15%, what are we doing? Plus her 15% tip. Times the amount of money before the tip. Needs to be less than or equal to the amount of money she spends, which is that $50. Write and simplify an inequality for this model. So the cost before tip plus 0.15 cost before tip, right? So 15% of the cost plus the cost has to be less than or equal to $50, which would simplify to 1.15c is less than or equal to 50, right? What is 1.15? Isn't 1.15, move two places towards the percent sign and add the percent sign, 115%. Does that make sense? The 100%, the food, plus 15% more, your tip. So you end up paying 115% because you're paying for your food plus your tip, right? So this is our answer, but this is a faster way of solving. Instead of doing those two steps, you could just multiply by the 115% right off the bat. All right, so complete the table to find some costs that are within Kristen's budget. All right, so what is 1.15 times 45? I'll put on my calculator. $51.75 is less than or equal to 50. Is that true or false? So the alligator would eat $50 over $51.75. Wouldn't you want to have $1.75 more? So this is not a solution. We will pick back up here tomorrow.